What you saying, people? This is Money Management, back with a bang, back here with another video for you guys today. So, how many of you people check your bank accounts regularly? Probably quite a few of you. Now, how many of you guys check your bank account and sometimes see things which shouldn't be there? And you're like, wait a second, that shouldn't be there. Probably quite a few of you. But how many of you people check your bank accounts, see things on your statements and think, you know what, I'm spending way too much money on this. I shouldn't be spending that much money on this. Probably not a lot of you guys. And that's why in today's video, I'm giving you guys 5 different things you're spending way too much money on. Now, the things I talked about today, you might be spending money on 2 or 3 of them, might be spending way too much money on all 5 of them. But either way, these things are very common because I've done it myself. I know people who do them. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys these 5 things you're spending way too much money on. And hopefully you go out and start making necessary changes so you can start seeing better results and obviously pay less for these kind of things. Now I'm going to give you guys these tips and help you guys out and help you guys save some money here. But before we get into that, you guys can do me a favor as well. Show me that you guys enjoyed the video. So give me that thumbs up. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. You guys know recently it's just been very weird with YouTube. So please give me that thumbs up. It really does help the video. Also, please make sure to comment on the video as you guys do. We've been getting less and less comments recently, but keep commenting. Keep up the support. I do enjoy it. As always, if you're new around here, hit that red button below, subscribe to the channel. This is the Money Management. I upload videos like this about budgeting, saving money, investing money, stocks, business, online business, all sorts of stuff money related. So like I said, if you're new around here, just hit that red button below. And lastly, please make sure we are sharing these videos with our friends so we can have more people, help more people out, open people's eyes, help them save some money. Of course, we don't always want to just take in the blessings for ourselves. We want to share them and spread them out with other people. But now let's talk about those 5 things you're spending way too much money on. So the first one is drinks. Drinks come in so many different forms. Some of you guys are probably thinking alcohol when I say drinks. Not even. Some of you guys are going outside and spending money on coffee. You're buying a coffee each and every day. The same coffee you could be making at home for 1/10 of that. The same coffee that if you buy it every morning, you're killing your wallet. You're spending way too much money on it. And it's not just for those coffee drinkers. Some of you guys go and get a milkshake every morning. Some of you guys go and buy orange juice every morning. Be smart. Go to the grocery store, buy a pack of 12, milkshakes. Go buy a pack of 48 orange juices. You think these things don't exist? Check out Costco's, Sam's Club, BJ's. Check out all different, wholesale stores where they sell these packs in bulk. You guys might not think it makes a difference, but that $3 orange juice every morning does add up. When you go into a big store and you get yourself a big pack of these orange juices for, 15 bucks, I'm telling you, it really does save money for you. You might think it's not relevant, but over the year, it adds up. Honestly, that regular drink you're taking every morning or every afternoon or whenever it is adding up. Same goes for those of you who are buying bottled water. You're spending too much money on drinks. Bottled water is one of the things I find most ridiculous in this world. You can literally fill it up at your house and drink the same thing without paying for it. But a lot of people do spend a lot of money on drinks because they don't know better. Sometimes they just don't think about it, which I understand. There was a time when I used to buy a certain drink every single day, and I just don't do that anymore. For some of you guys, it might be energy drinks. Honestly, don't do it. Save yourself some money by buying in bulk or making your own if it comes to coffee or tea, things like that. 2, phone bill. Go and take a look at your last month's phone bill, because I hear some crazy numbers. I don't know about you guys, I don't know how much you guys spend, but some people are spending 80, 90 bucks per month on their phone bill. Now, of course, I understand everyone wants unlimited data in these kind of times. But sometimes you got to think to yourself, is it really needed? I, for myself, get 10 gigabyte per month. You might say, what, is that all? That's cheap. For me, that's perfectly enough. In times like this, when we're not really out and about that much, 10 gigabyte is more than enough. When I am out and about, I'm not even on my phone that much. At home, obviously, you have Wi-Fi. Out and about, you don't have Wi-Fi. But like I said, the 10 gigabyte is more than enough. For me, I spend on average 8 to 8.5 gigabyte a month, around there, sometimes less. So 10 gigabyte, for me, again, is perfectly enough. Obviously, everyone is different, but for those of you who have the unlimited crew who like to pay 80, 90 bucks a month, honestly, you're overpaying. I guarantee you can pay half of that elsewhere. If you don't think you can pay half of that, go and call up different phone providers. Honestly, try it out and say, what can I get for this and that? I want unlimited calls, I want unlimited data, I want unlimited text. Find out how much you can get for that. For some of you, and find out what kind of prices they're giving you. For some of you guys might be with, AT&T or Verizon for 5, 10 years now. You can leverage that. I was with AT&T for 5 years and then I got way cheaper prices than other people because I'd just been with them for a long time. And I found that out because I asked. That is literally it. Is there anything for customers who have been with you guys long? Just simple stuff like that. And so I'm telling you guys now. You might not have known it before, but now you know. Honestly, some of you guys are spending way too much on your phone bill. I'm not even talking about the phone itself, because I know there are also people paying for the iPhone 11 Pro as well as the actual contract itself, so they're really running up a bill. But you shouldn't be paying close to 100 bucks for your phone bill. So again, if you've not checked your phone bill recently, go and look at last month's statement and then ask yourself the question, am I paying too much here? Phone bills are run up all over the place. People do this and I don't really know why. If you don't know how much gigabyte you need, go start finding out how much you're using per month. Because if you need 5 per month, you can go 5 per month, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than unlimited. It's much better to pay for 5 or 10 and use that to the max than to pay for unlimited and barely use it at all. Obviously, again, everyone has different situations, but I'm telling you guys, this is just to open your ears and open your eyes. Find out how much you're paying for your phone bill, because there are a lot of people out here who are paying way too much, and you can get better elsewhere, if not even at your own provider where you currently are. 3, streaming services. This is your Amazon Primes, your Netflix, your Hulus, your Disney Plus, your Rokus, your HBOs, there's so much going on, even Android TV. But any of you guys who have streaming services, you know what I'm talking about. Sure, Netflix is only 10 or 15 bucks per month, but once you have that, you might not need your Hulus, your Android TVs, your Amazon Primes. But some people think they need to have 5 or 6 of these. Of course, I get that some show certain shows, others don't. But think about the fact that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you could find all these on the internet for free. And I'm sure you can still do that today. It might not always be as best quality as you want. It might not always be the greatest sound you want. But think about the fact that you don't need to have 6 or 7 streaming services. Think about the fact that some of you guys who have streaming services are only watching 1 or 2 shows on them. If you're going to use them to the max. And that's not something I usually say. But honestly, get your money's worth. You're paying for streaming services that you don't use. Why? You're paying for streaming services that you watch only 1 show on. Why? Be smart with it. Be smart with your money. People are paying way too much for streaming services. Again, it's okay to have 1 or 2. I have 1. I have Netflix. I don't use it, but I'm just saying I have it. The fact that some of you guys have so many of these that I mentioned, the Android TVs, Disney Pluses, the Amazon Primes, the Netflix, the Hulus, all sorts. I just don't understand why. Surely there comes a time when you stop and think, hey, do I really need all of these? Do I even watch that much TV anyway? And if you do watch that much TV, well then you need to take a step back and think, hey, I need to stop watching this much TV. It's taking a lot of your time, as also you're just paying way too much for it in general. 4, bank fees. Bank fees are one of the worst things that people pay way too much for. I've done it for myself, and I know many people have done it for themselves. This comes in the form of credit card fees, this comes in the form of overdraft fees, the amount you pay for just holding an account. There's so many more, but really, in truth, a lot of these things you can go around. For example, those overdraft fees. Don't go into overdraft. I know it sounds really silly, but don't go into overdraft, because then you start paying $35 on top or $40 on top of what you already didn't have. Same for those of you who have accounts where you have to pay to hold your account. Sometimes people are charging you $2-3 per month when you don't even need that kind of account that they're charging for. A couple months ago, actually, I went with my uncle because he was changing his bank card or something like that. And now when he got there, they were saying he's paying $3 a month because he has a premium account or something like that. Something ridiculous. Even though he just had a basic account which he didn't even know much about. So he was like, why am I getting charged this amount every month? Because I'm just holding a regular account. They're like, oh well, you have a gold account or something like that. And he's like, well, I don't need that. What's the cheapest account I can get where I don't need to have huge charges? And they're like, oh, you can get this account which only costs you like $120 a month. Right there, problem solved. You don't need to get the most expensive account. Sometimes they just put you on that without you knowing. The moment you can find out about that, or the moment you realize that's what's going on, you need to make sure you change that. Sometimes you get into that position where you're like, hold on a second, why am I paying $3 a month to hold an account, regular checking savings account, when I can go somewhere else and have it completely free? Of course, there are banks that do this for free. I have accounts that do this for free. Some of you guys are paying $2-3 every month and it adds up. Some of you guys are paying for $2-3 and you should be paying $1. Some of you guys shouldn't be paying anything. Again, these are bank fees. They come in so many different forms. Like I mentioned, credit card fees. The fact that you're late with your credit card payments, again, it's going to cost you. It hurts your credit, makes you pay more. It's just not worth it. Bank fees kill so many people. These financial institutions, they love charging us. So what we have to do is not be charged. Do what we need to do right. Do it correctly. In as many ways as possible. Make sure we're doing what we need to do. Be on top of your bank statements. Be on top of whatever's going in and whatever's going out. Know when you're going to overdraft, what can you do otherwise? Maybe you could, use your credit card and then later go and pay back that money because you have enough money coming in. But really do try to avoid these bank fees in whatever form they come. I'm telling you guys, you spend way too much on bank fees. Last year, I was someone who was a big culprit of that. And now that I've learned from it, I'm trying to push that to you guys. Last year was a difficult year for me when it came to credit card fees, overdraft fees. And the thing is, when you get charged once or twice, it starts adding up. So it's like, it becomes just unbearable. So again, some of you guys are spending way too much on bank fees. And I've given you ways now so you can get around that. 5, your car. Again, this is just like bank fees, comes in so many different forms. Some of you guys are buying a brand new car. You're spending way too much on it. The fact that, honestly, most people pay 60 to 72 months on average for their car. Now think about the fact that during that time it's a few $100 for the car itself, for the principal, and also for the fact that during that time you're going to pay for car insurance as well. That's why I'm saying you're spending way too much on your car. If you're going to pay for car insurance and the car itself, money towards principal and sometimes even interest, well most times even interest, you're paying so much money and you're paying way too much. Overall, I cannot stress enough how important it is that you be careful as much as you can with these car payments. I will leave a video up here so you guys go check that one out if you do want to buy a car. Of course, not everyone needs one to get around. And just like the other topics I mentioned, everyone's situation is different, but you need to be very careful because cars are a huge expense. People are paying way too much for them. Overall, people are just paying way too much for all of the things I mentioned in today's video. So like I said, reduce your spending on many of these things. Try and figure out what you're spending too much on, where you can go better, where you can save yourself some money. Check your bank statements, speak to customer service of different companies that you're using or you're involved with, that you're paying for. And overall, hopefully this has opened your eyes to show you guys where you're spending way too much money. As always, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, all the good stuff. Check out all the links in the description as always. So that's it, you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I don't want to make you want to be safe. See you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.